Good afternoon. I'm Nick Raber with Ephesus News, CAT, home of one of the 7 wonders of the world. Today, we are looking to track down John's producer, Jay, son of Jay. Let's go see if we can find him. Excuse me, Jay, can we have a moment of your time, please?
Oh, certainly.
We are at the Gentleman's Javelin Club. This is where we track Jay down. First, Jay, what does J stand for?
Oh, it's John.
John. How do you spell John?
Oh, Jon. Oh, this is not at all like John who wrote the letter sermon. No, this is John.
Okay, so it's John.
Yes, that's what I said.
Okay. Well,
No H.
Well, do we call you John or Jay?
I prefer to go by J.
Okay, so Jay, we're here at the Javelin Club. We tracked you down. We'd like to ask you a couple questions regarding John's sermon letter that he's writing to this church in Ephesus. Is that okay?
Certainly. That's fine.
Okay, so the first question that we have is, in this next passage that we're looking at for John's sermon letter, he's talking about testing the spirits. Do you have any idea what he's talking about here?
Yes, certainly. He's talking about discerning the spirits and how not all spirits are the same. Maybe I could give you a demonstration. Can I give you a demonstration with my javelin stuff here?
Sure.
Sure. Let me show you how this works. Yes. So here I've got a ball, and I put the ball here, and then I have this instrument in my hand. And if you notice, it's going to be very hard to make the ball really do much of anything because it catches on the ground. But notice what happens when I have a different instrument in my hand. Now I have the instrument that is supposed to be going through the grass, and now this goes through very easily and slaps the ball. So testing the spirits is recognizing what spirits are out there. And if we don't know if they're godly spirits or wrong spirits, then we won't know what to pay attention to. But if you need to test the spirits to find out, well, what are the godly ones? Sort of like, what is the right instrument to get through the grass? What javelin should I use? So,
I have to say, Jay, it's kind of a funny looking javelin.
Well, that's because you don't belong to the club.
Fair enough. So Jay, the second question that we have here is, John is using a lot of really strong language here comparing to the world, like false prophets and spirit of error and things like that. You know, as an average Joe, how does that make you feel?
It's Jay, actually. But I think what he's trying to do is just to help us recognize that the world, it's the contrast between how God wants us to live, and then there's the world. And so he's been talking about darkness and hate and spirit of error in this time, just to help us recognize it's easy to misjudge what it is God wants if you're not really tuned into God's spirit and the spirit of truth. And so then it can be easy to slide yourself off, to miss your javelin throw, to not be doing what it is he wants you to do. And so you really have to pay attention to discerning the spirits there.
Yeah, thanks, Jay. So another question that I have, you mentioned, and John mentions it too, the idea of spirit of error and spirit of truth. Can you tell us a little bit more the difference there? What's John thinking here?
Well, the spirit of truth just has to do with living the way Jesus would have you live, and just recognizing there's, again, so many ways to get off track. And if you are not paying attention to what it is the world is trying to lead you astray, and it's spiritual warfare out there. And sometimes we use terms like the world or this or that, but sometimes it's just plain the devil and trying to lead people astray. There is definitely a battle for everyone's soul, John would be saying. And Jesus is the spirit of truth, and we need to make sure we're on the track that keeps our souls intact and not enslaved to the devil.
Great. Thanks, Jay. I appreciate your time today. This is Nick Raber with Ephesus News. Next up, we have a sports lesson with Jay. As an average Joe, how does that make you feel?
Jay, actually. But
That's hilarious. Jay, can we have a moment of your time?
oh, certainly.
Oh, okay. oh, okay.